Greg Welch, thank you for the interview first. And we see you last July in France, and you're very impressed about the population and everything. What do you think about the French people and French triathlon athlete?
Oh, it's fantastic. I was in France the first time in 1989, and it was great. I did 2 races, Macon, Coucoron, and then Avignon, for the World Championships. So, no, I love it. I think that the French, they've always had some good champion athletes. I can remember back to, the days of Yves Cordier, to Eric Plantin, to Isabelle and Beatrice Mouton, and, so there's a lot of history, and I think that the French people really do love triathlon. But yes, July was fantastic. Nice has grown to be a massive event, and I was very happy to go down there and see, a fantastic race with Freddie Van Lierde and Mary Beth Ellis. It was great. I mean, it's beautiful down there.
Now we are in Kona. Saturday will be an incredible race again. What do you think about Saturday with the new pro list behind? What do you think about the race for Saturday?
I think Saturday is going to be a very exciting race. I think there's a lot of people that stand a chance. Maybe 6 guys could, finish first place. Freddie Van Lierde, Craig Alexander, Pete Jacobs, Ineko Janos, Sebastian Kienle, and Andreas Reilert. I think that these six people are very, very fast, and all with all 3, swimming, biking, and running. Maybe Sebastian, he's going to come from behind a little bit on the from the swim, but it won't take him long to get to the front of the race and push the pace. Maybe Starkowitz or someone like this can get off the bike first with Sebastian. Maybe not, but I don't see anybody outside of that top 6 being the champion.
You won Ironman Kona a few years ago. What do you need to be a champion in Kona? What do you need? What's the best you can do for the race?
Thank you for mentioning me winning Kona, but it was 20 years ago.
It's a few years ago.
This is a very old man. It's great, but what it takes to win Kona is a very strong mind, very good conditioning to coming into this race, but knowing that you can actually win, because there's a lot of pressure with the runners being near you, and if you can handle running next to somebody like last year, you see that Freddie Van Lierde and Andreas Reilert, or Andreas Reilert and Craig Alexander, Mark Allen, Dave Scott. You can see that the strongest man at the end of that wins, because at that stage, at 25 miles into a marathon, you're still running the same pace against somebody. So there, it becomes mental at the last part.
What's the thing about a bike course? Because a bike course sometimes we say easy, is not so easy, but the wind can be strong in the day.
Yeah, I mean, the bike course is not the most difficult bike course, in Ironman. I mean, let's face it, when you look at the profile, it's not like Nice or...
It's the wind.
It's the elements. It's the heat, it's the humidity, and it's the wind. And that's what happens in this race. Also, it's the way that the athletes approach the first part. Like the first 25 miles of this race is very fast for the athletes. They're excited, they're out of the water, and they all want to make sure that they're in the right position before, the big riders start to do their thing. The race, for me, on the bike course, it doesn't start until about 85 miles. So at about 130 kilometers, this is where the big gaps start to happen. Always on the way back, Norman Stadler, Thomas Hellriegel, Chris Lieto, these guys always put the big amount of time from Harvey all the way back. And then the last part from Waikoloa all the way back. So...
We know as a professional, everyone say we must be in the first group because it's very important to start in the first group on bike. What do you think about, example, Sebastian Kienle? If he sort out a bike, water after maybe 2 minutes of the first group, what is the best thing to do? Cash quick the first group or?
No, for Sebastian Kienle, he has all day. I don't think he'll be 2 minutes. It may be a little bit more, maybe 4 or 5 minutes is going to be Sebastian's deficit. But then he will just push the way that he pushes. He doesn't have to be in a hurry to get to the front because he's the best biker in the field anyway. So there are a lot of strong cyclists, Freddie Van Lierde,
Andrew Stajkovic,
which could work with Sebastian Kienle, because when Kienle catches up to that group, Starkowitz is always going to be in front of Kienle.
Okay.
You know, on the bike, because he gets out of the water before Kienle. So we'll have to wait and see how hard Sebastian has to push. But he's got somebody to try and catch. You see, so people like Freddie, Craig Alexander, you know, the strength of the other guys, they're going to have to think and make a decision early.
Right, Mr. Welch, thanks for all the information. I am
Pleasure.
sure you have a good experience, to say the best, for us.
Pleasure.
And thanks for the interview for the French best redaction.
Say hello to my beautiful 2 girls and my beautiful Vanessa, please.
Thank you very much for me.
Yes.